Can features built into my watch train me to a new lifetime 5K personal best? Let's find out. Earlier this year, I used ChatGPT to get me marathon ready in just 48 days. This time, I'm using features built into my watch, a Garmin Forerunner 965, to try and train me to a new 5K personal best. This video is not in any way associated with Garmin, and all the opinions are completely my own. In mid-October, to get me out of a bit of a running rut, I gave myself 5 weeks to try and fulfill an ambition I've had since I started running in 2013, to run a 5K in under 20 minutes. Garmin have offered Garmin Coach for a while through their Connect app and on some of their watches, but I've found these plans are limited to 5K, 10K and half marathon plans, and while I'm aiming for a 5K training plan, they don't offer the flexibility some runners, including me, need for their goals. The 5K Garmin Coach training plan, for example, is for beginners and intermediate runners who want to aim to run 5K in 22 minutes or over. Even if you set your average running pace at 3 minutes 45 per kilometre, not my pace may I add, the plan won't allow you to set a goal faster than 22 minutes. But there is another feature called the Race Widget, giving you more flexibility over distances, target times and training duration, and I'm going to show you how it works. Firstly, you'll need to use the Garmin Connect mobile app or website to put a race in your calendar. This can be from races Garmin already has uploaded, or you can create your own. Mine, not being a real race, wasn't in the system, so I created my own. To do this, you go to the Garmin Calendar, choose your date and click Add Event. You can search for an event, but I clicked Create an Event at the bottom of the screen. Then you give the event a name, check the date is correct and select the type of the event, in my case running, and I want to say yes, this is a race. You can choose to make your new event public or keep it private, and if you have the course route in Garmin Connect, you can add that to the event. This will help with Pace Pro settings come race day, taking into account the elevation of the course, then a few more details such as start time and the distance for your event. If you have uploaded a route, this will auto-populate the distance, but you can amend it if necessary. You can then add image, website details, etc., but I didn't bother. Then check the details are correct and then add to calendar. Only then, rather strangely, it asks if you want to add a goal for the event. I did, and I selected finish with a goal time. I set this to 19 minutes and 50 seconds to give me a bit of wriggle room. If you already have it in your calendar, it will ask if you want this to be your primary event, supporting event, or no priority. This will determine how your watch will prioritize your suggested training sessions. In this example, I set it to no priority as I just did the screen recording as a demonstration. I already had the race in my calendar. Then click Send to Device to have the race widget synced up with your watch. I will list the compatible watches in the description for this video, so check that out to see if you have a watch that the race widget will work on. Then on the watch, press the bottom button on the left-hand side to scroll through your watch widgets until you reach the race widget, which is represented by an orange checkered flag. Clicking the top right button will load the widget. Press again to be taken to your daily suggestions, which will list your workout for the next week. To do the workout, press top right again and then set the workout up ready to go. The good thing about this is that you'll have a data screen during your run that will tell you if you're going too fast, too slow, or in the right pace window, as well as how long the section of your workout you have left. You can still scroll through the other view options, including your preferred data screens, but I ended up using this for all of my training sessions. Be aware this training plan is adaptive. What that means is it uses Firstbeat Analytics, a company Garmin acquired in 2020, to use features like body battery, sleep, heart rate variability to determine what it thinks is best for you that day. So you might wake up in the morning and see a different workout planned for the day than you had originally seen, say, the night before. So moving on to how I've found the plan. My plan has been 5 weeks and it's given me a variety of different running workouts, typically based around 5 different styles: base, threshold, sprint, anaerobic and recovery, some of which are quite new to me. The 5-week plan started with a 1-week build, 3 weeks of peak training, ending with a 1-week taper. And all your workouts give you a score at the end for how closely you've managed to keep to the target set. Base workouts have been the foundational runs scheduled a few times a week that have generally been between 30 and 70 minutes in duration and between 5 and 12 kilometers in distance. For me, they've always had a target pace of 6 minutes and 15 seconds per kilometer. Only my final base run differed in style, being slightly shorter duration, incorporating 5 sets of 15-second sprints at roughly my race pace. On my earlier base runs in the plan, I struggled to consistently run at this pace, often going a bit quicker, but often managing to get the average pace around the run close to 6 minutes. My discipline on these runs improved as the weeks progressed, often opting to listen to a podcast to help me run at a slower pace. The threshold sessions were perhaps most familiar to me, starting with a 10-minute warm-up at the 6 minutes 15 pace, and then a middle section at around 4 minutes 40 to 5 minutes per kilometre for between 20 and 30 minutes, with a 10-minute cool down back at the 6 minutes 15 pace. When I just run outside of any plan during the week, this is typically the type of running I do, minus the warm-up and the cool down. I often find myself in this pace window and can sustain running at this pace for a decent period of time. Next up are the sprint sessions. These workouts were new to me, often a 15-minute warm-up at that 6 minutes 15 pace again, followed by between 6 and 8 sets of sprints between 10 and 15 seconds each. These generally aimed for a pace of about 3 minutes 5 per kilometre with a 3-minute rest period in between each set, followed by a 10-minute cool down back at that 6 minutes 15 per kilometre pace. These were perhaps my favourite workout of the plan, finding a good, straight, quiet path where I could go flat out really helped. I think I surprised myself most during these workouts, where I regularly found myself going marginally too quick on the sprints. I was sometimes hitting in the 2 minutes 40 per kilometre window for these short, sharp bursts, and I had no idea that my legs had that kind of pace in them. The sprints were very similar in nature to my other favourite workouts called anaerobic. These had the same warm-up and cool down as the sprints, but between 6 and 8 seconds of longer bursts. These were typically between 40 and 60 seconds at between 350 and 410 per kilometre. I surprised myself again with my ability to run fast for these longer bursts, sometimes getting down my average pace to 3 minutes 30. However, running faster than the target time costs you on your workout score, but you win some and you lose some. It's fair to say the day following these sessions, I was definitely feeling it in the legs, which is where my least favourite sessions came in, the recovery runs. The suggested recovery workout gave you the option to do a recovery run or rest. More often than not, I took the rest option. When I did try the recovery runs, which were typically 30 to 40 minutes in duration, I found it impossible to run at the prescribed 7 minutes 15 per kilometre pace. I felt so inefficient at this pace that I more than often tried to settle on that 6 minute 15 pace that I've gotten more used to on the warm-up, cool down and base runs. So these workouts were definitely not ones that I look forward to. So now that I've finished the plan and I'm recording this the night before my race, I have to say that I've enjoyed the plan, bringing some structure to my training and helping me towards my next goal. It isn't by any means perfect, and sometimes I think the plan hasn't listened to my body as much as I would have hoped, scheduling runs for 5 days straight and being left pretty fatigued at the end of it. I did enjoy that if I went off plan on occasion, such as continuing to run park runs on Saturday mornings when the plan had other ideas, that it would adapt my training the following days accordingly. I think I would definitely use this feature again in the future when, like this time, I want to set a short-term goal and need to add some structure to my training. I don't think this will be my preferred option for a long 12 to 16 week training block towards a marathon or something like that. I'd probably look towards a more specific plan that would integrate with my watch through something like Runner. So to see how I get on with my PB attempt this week, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell to know as soon as it gets uploaded. But until then, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. See ya.